Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated Journato evening headlines on May 25, 2022. Indigenous activists among Goldman Environmental Prize winners. The Guardian, Green Nobel winner warns oil majors may abandon Nigeria on pollution cleanup. Bloomberg, how two Goldman Prize winners won landmark rulings in Dutch courts. The Guardian, go after the money, Goldman Environmental Prize winner honored for urging banks to divest from coal. I'm never going back, the high-profile Russian defectors rejecting war. The Guardian, out to lunch, Russian envoy to EU claims pact schedule despite public freeze-out. Politico Europe, Russian diplomat resigns in protest against Moscow's aggressive war. CNN, Russia-Ukraine war, what we know on day 90 of the invasion. The Guardian, Russian diplomat says HES never been so ashamed as he quits over Ukraine war. Literally on my hands and knees, Senator Chris Murphy's desperate plea for gun action. The Guardian, what are we doing here? Watch emotional Sandy Hook senator beg U.S. lawmakers to end America's gun problem. The Telegraph, Democratic senator pleads for action on gun violence after Texas massacre. What are we doing? The Independent, Texas school shooting, Senator Chris Murphy's emotional speech. Ukraine shares video meme of suicide, drone attacking Russian tank set to Star Wars theme. The Independent, video shows kamikaze drones POV moments before striking Russian tank. CNN, Ukrainian drones drop grenades on Russian soldiers, news. The Times, moment Russian tanks are obliterated after attempting to hide from Ukrainian drones. The Telegraph, video shows kamikaze drones POV moments before striking Russian tank. Xi Jinping defends China's human rights record to visiting UN Commissioner. The Guardian, Chinese leader Xi Jinping defends record to UN Human Rights Chief, we don't need masters. The Independent, UN Rights Chief speaks with Xi amid criticism of China trip. Reuters.com, US decries UN leader's Xinjiang trip citing jarring photos. Bloomberg, Chinese leader Xi defends record to UN Human Rights Chief. Davos Day 3, IMF dismisses wage price spiral fears, climate coalition swells, S. The Guardian, Third World War may have begun, George Soros tells Davos. The Times, Davos gathering overshadowed by global economic worries. Herald Scotland, Davos News May 25, 2022, inflation is likely to stick around for years. Bloomberg, Davos updates climate top of the agenda amid key speeches. North Korea fires suspected intercontinental ballistic missile and two other missiles, says South Korea. Sky News, North Korea fires suspected ICBM amid signs of preparation for nuclear test. The Guardian, North Korea fires 3 ballistic missiles. Evening Standard, North Korea launches ballistic missiles hours after Joe Biden leaves Asia. The Telegraph, North Korea fires 3 missiles including banned ICBM, South Korea says. Russian assault on eastern Ukraine threatens to encircle Sievierodonetsk. The Guardian, Russia-Ukraine latest news, Kremlin sending insane number of fighters to take Luhansk. The Telegraph, Russia launches all-out assault to encircle Ukraine troops in east. The Independent, too late to evacuate civilians in face of Russian attack, says Luhansk official. The Guardian, Ukraine says fate of the country could be decided in Donbas battles. Ninth sandstorm in less than 2 months shuts down much of Iraq. The Guardian, thousands hospitalized as dust storms show Iraq's growing desertification problem. The Independent, flights disrupted and people told to stay at home as sandstorm sweeps across Middle East. Sky News, flights disrupted and people urged to stay home as sandstorms hit Middle East. Immense crater hole created in Tonga Volcano. China is pursuing a Pacific-wide pact with 10 island nations on security, policing and data, report. The Guardian, Beijing risks new Cold War after leaked document reveals it's pursuing Pacific Islands deal. The Telegraph, China wants 10 Pacific nations to endorse sweeping agreement. The Independent, Solomon Islands journalist shut out of China foreign minister visit, raising secrecy concerns. The Guardian, New Zealand PM Jacinda Ardern cautions against militarization of Pacific. Alleged Wagner Group fighters accused of murdering civilians in Ukraine. Russia ready to set up corridor for ships leaving Ukraine with food, with conditions. Reuters.com, Russia ready to let Ukraine export food as crisis warnings mount. The Independent, 4 ways to get grain out of Ukraine and avert a world food crisis. The Telegraph, mined ports, Polish red tape among issues stopping Ukraine grain. Bloomberg, analysis, why Ukraine's ports are so important for global food prices. Texas school shooting, latest, Salvador Ramos barricaded class, before killing 19 children and 2 teachers. The Independent, Texas shooting, 19 children among dead in primary school attack. BBC, official, Texas gunman bought 2 assault rifles on 18th birthday. CNN, video appears to show gunman at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.